I mean, I don't have a pre-show gag today. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, guys. Welcome to Bodega Nights. My name is Martin. We got Joao. We got Ironic Gamer 86, and our special guest today, coming back after our last episode talking about Survivor. We got our friend, aka the Sportito, Joel. How are you doing, Joel?
I'm good. Thanks for inviting me, Marts. Kamusta, Joao? Kamusta, Miko?
This is good. 3 out of 4 of us are from Cebu.
Yeah.
And the other one's from Brazil or something.
From Mandaluyong. But I'm trying to call reinforcements midway. I might get someone from Mandaluyong as well later.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get the reinforcements.
Hopefully. We got X, huh? Speaking of X, man,
Speaking of X.
I hope that if he shows up, he shows up with a scarf. That way my joke from last week is vindicated this week.
Because Joel has been joining X with certain Facebook Live videos from Overmind.
We've been when we do the show, he doesn't put on the scarf because it's not too formal. Yeah. It's not too formal. But I'm sure that if he sees you wearing the scarf, I'm sure he'll get his own one.
Yeah, he'll get his own scarf.
It'll be a scarf.
Hey, he's got a ton of them. Yes, scarf off.
Just scarf off.
Let's put on the other one. Let's put on the blue one.
Oh, he has a blue one. Wow.
The blue tie-dye scarf.
Holy smokes.
That is so very Cebu. You're representing Cebu, ba?
Cebu. Cebuano X.
Yeah. And it goes with the great wave of Kanagawa, right? Like blue.
Yeah. Talking about that, I miss going to the beach already. I miss going to the beach.
Yeah, dude.
I just freaking miss going to Cebu just to get dim sum break. We were talking about dim sum break a lot earlier.
Dude, if you want, I can send you the recipe. It's my own recipe, but it's good enough for me. Okay. So you might want to. Do you cook over there?
I have a cooking stove here, so I'll try my best. And I have a griller down here, but
I can tell you,
it's a mini griller for sandwiches.
Needed for steamed fried rice.
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, I don't have a rice cooker either, so I gotta buy a small one.
What? You don't have a rice cooker?
And you call yourself Asian?
Doesn't fit
Get out!
Get back.
They come in all the sizes. We bring one on trips.
You bring one on trips? What? I just steal them from houses.
You're never sure. You can't be sure wherever you're going if they have steamed if they have rice cookers, right?
Yeah. So you got those small ones, right? Like those little ones.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at 1 cup rice cookers.
White people have the toaster. Right? White people have the toaster. Asians have the rice cooker.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I gotta revoke my white card now. I forgot to bring.
You don't have a toaster either.
You don't have a rice cooker.
I have a microwave, not a toaster.
Yeah.
I like how you have more advanced piece of technology.
I'm not even white anymore. Oh God. It's like Trump got voted out or something.
Wait a minute. He did.
Oh my God, he did.
Well,
you're fired.
Yeah, it's not yet formal though, right? It's not yet like they have until December. They're going to meet in December. But
that one's interesting because last time I saw that was Bush v. Gore. So actually, it's like I'm curious. I've never seen this how it actually ends because usually someone concedes. So I'm like, ooh, educational wise, more like what is the final says? Because you see something like happens within the election day itself. Like, okay, we are conceding. Congratulate this person. Yeah. So now like. Wait. So how does it actually go? Because I'll be honest, I have no idea. Even though I was like, wait, can he do that? Yes, he can. Like, what happens now?
Yeah,
well, I guess it's the electoral vote, right? Like,
but I'm curious. So, who's the U.S. counterpart? Like, who makes the official announcement? It's not Supreme Court, right? It has to be a different thing. Like, Supreme Court can come in. For a case like lawsuits like the Bush v. Gore situation. But is there like a Comelec or something like they have like their version which makes the final call? Because I've never actually checked that. It's just did not have to look into that for the longest times. Like that's like, they must have something like that to make that call. I don't know what it is, but I will learn. We'll finally hear about an office that exists somewhere.
My best guess is that it would be like their Congress.
Yeah.
right? Because
like some hit.
From what I read,
Congress, right?
From what I read, it's like there's like the electoral Congress, the electoral, what do you call them?
College?
Yeah, the electoral college. They meet in December to finally pronounce or declare the winner.
Can you imagine we have to do something? We have done that in a while. Guys, what do we do?
Guys, we can no longer do stuff like vote for the American Eagle.
Do we go on Zoom? Do we have to physically be here? How's this work, guys? It's the first time I've been to this. Guys, bring out the book. The old books. It says you must wear powdered wigs. Thick. Awesome.
Then must get book.
The interesting thing is if this still not sure until after the electoral college, right? Like this,
Yeah, because
again, that one goes to Supreme Court. That goes into again like the Bush v. Gore situation. That's the most recent one, honestly, I could ever picture. And even then, as a kid, I did not understand what was going on. I
think they have like a law or something.
I think so.
That like it isn't in their constitution, but like they have like a law that says that if it's not determined at some point in the year after, the position of president defaults to the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Representatives
That's
or something.
A thing too.
And so like it's in the best interest of the Republican Party to make sure that doesn't happen, because you got Nancy Pelosi that's going to be the president of the United States. Like, come on.
Yep, because Senate, well, I think the race in Senate is still kind of ongoing. Yeah. So last I checked was 48 to 48, but I didn't recheck beyond that one. Though from the lower state level, it's a big sweep for the Republican parties from what I'm seeing. Yeah. So that one's interesting. But yeah, it's like I'll finally get to see what happens. Like, what happens here? Who does something? He's like, can you just concede? Like, no. Like,
no.
We have to do work now.
He even filed cases. Trump filed cases.
Yeah. Again, look at it. Like, can he do that? Like, it's all legal. This is so interesting. Really, from this point, for me, it's educational. What can you do? This is interesting. Because obviously, if it had no merit or nothing, it's just throw that you can't do that, and it's done. It's like, wait, you can't do that. What happens? I want to know more. Is that because I doubt this we'll see this in what? And we won't see this again for how many decades?
My suspicion is that they're bringing to the federal level all of the shady stuff that goes on during state elections.
That seems fair, I guess.
Like, I'm pretty sure that this is what goes on in state elections. I mean, there were some unusual things. I don't know if it'll actually change the vote either way, but there's some unusual stuff. I think the one my friends keep talking about is like in PA when they boarded up windows, prevented watchers and things like. Yeah. When I heard that doesn't sound like you should be doing that. It doesn't seem fair at all. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's in the state legislature naman of PA that they don't allow observers because each state has their own set of laws with regards to the elections.
True, but the thing is, you're supposed to allow observers regardless. I think that's
in their state legislature.
That's unusual. It feels like a weird checks and balance issue.
Balik sa Polgov, these are states. And if we're looking at states, states are more or less sovereign.
Tiny countries. Yeah, they're tiny countries, basically.
So theoretically, if a state didn't want to follow,
federal
law, they probably could. And that would still be within the bounds of what a state can do.
I know there's states who've tried that, but then it goes to Supreme Court that you can't do that. Kind of like the usual, like you can't secede from the union, a few other things. Though also, I do kind of want to see if there's a lawsuit that's going to Nevada. We need to know, why did it take you forever?
Oh, no.
I do love the theory that maybe they're not saying anything because Kanye won that state. That would be like the ultimate twist. Like, this goes to Kanye, like different colors, like green. Like, what the heck is that? What does that mean? Oh, Kanye won that state.
That's what light blue means, pala. On the Google, on the AP's map, right?
I hope it's like, is that what happened here? Or the other thing, which one of my friends said is, considering that it's a gambling capital, for all you know, it was to get more bets in.
Actually,
because the last precinct that was being counted was Vegas. It's like, shouldn't this be one of the first ones? Like, the last thing was Reno and Vegas. Like, okay, so I guess Vegas, then Reno might be last. No, Reno got finished first. Like, okay, so I guess Vegas should be finished in a day or so. 3 days later,
Well, you'll be finished at some point.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I want to believe that in my headcanon, Kanye won there, and they just don't want to tell anyone.
Yep.
Anyway,
the true race: JoJo versus Kanye.
JoJo.
Before Miko got here, Martin was like, Miko might not be able to make it, but he'll try to catch up. It's like that's fine. I'll just talk about The Mandalorian with Joel. But since both Miko and Joel are here, bro, let's talk about The Mandalorian.
Oh, I see you also have the child there. I too have the child.
No, this is not the child. This is the old one.
Martin has Yoda. Yoda.
I have Yoda.
I've got the child. I've got baby Yoda.
Drinking his tea.
Yeah.
I love that meme.
Eating his eggs.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched Mandalorian yet, but those eggs, man. What are your theories? Why was the child going after the eggs?
Okay. We have to verify here. Are we talking about the face hugger eggs, or are we talking about his killing off
the frog eggs?
The frog lady.
Oh yeah, the sentient species, which that made me feel so bad. Like, oh, don't do that. That's a sentient species. My assumption is it just looked like food. I mean, it's a baby. It's like, this looks nice. I want to eat this. It doesn't take much to me. That's why the first you had, oh, this is going to happen. Okay, just, no, sure, kid does this. This is bad, like really bad. This kind of put like, this is like your kid going and eating some sort of like fetus of some sort. I mean, I'm going to put it that way because it's not, they would say, it's just caviar. No, this thing is a sentient species. It's there. It's not like an animal.
This went dark, dude.
It really got dark. That's why I saw that. That's why, okay, so kid. But then you see, oh, hey, the mom saves you, like baby the child. She kind of kills the 3 spider things. And I hate how Star Wars introduced space spiders. Like, why? Of all the things we introduced, why space spiders? Kills the spider things.
But that space spider design was actually designed for the original trilogy.
I know.
I don't remember the production designer of the original trilogy, but the white spider.
Oh no, I know it exists. It's just, why did we bring this? Why? I mean, I don't like spiders. Like, why? Why did we bring this one? Anyway, like kills the 3 spiders. Then like, okay, baby Yoda says, oh, you're a nice person. I'm sorry for what I did. Like, okay, that's going to be the remorse section. Then it ends with him just eating one more. Like, okay, I can't like you anymore. Like, you're just a little dick now.
Stop it.
No. But if you remember though, in season 1, he has this taste for frogs.
No. I mean, I completely understand that. That's fine. It's not like I don't understand why he ate them. But at this point, you see that, hey, this person saved you. This person did this. And he seems to have an understanding of these things. Still straight up eats more. Like, wait, like, it's like, oh, just a baby. True, but also 50 years old.
50 years old. Yeah, 50 years old. But at first, I thought that something else was going to happen. Because if you remember, the first time that he went up to the container, the eggs were sort of drawn to him.
Yeah, because the Force.
Ooh.
I didn't see it as him using the Force.
Oh, I saw it as him using the Force. I saw him like, I need to bring this food to me.
I doubt it, though. I doubt it.
But he's doing the magic hand thing.
No, he wasn't using the magic hand thing. He was pressing his forehead on the container, and then they were just going near him. The eggs were going there. There's that affinity, and I think that goes to his like the child's taste for frogs, even in season 1. There's something there. I think that there's something that's gonna happen there.
Yeah, because like the music that first time that it happened, right? Like all of the if we look at all of the codes and conventions that we associate with filmmaking, everything about those initial shots were telling us that there was that connection between the child and these eggs. The music that was sounding all like mystical or whatever. The shot that cut from the face of the child to the eggs along with that music. The kid being drawn to the light and the light drawing itself to the kid, right? It just seemed like there was supposed to be something there, and maybe it could just be like a subversion of expectations and breaking conventions for laughs, right? That could be it.
Probably. We can discuss a little bit more about this when our when your other guest arrives, if your other guest arrives, Martin's rest back from Mandaluyong.
Yes. Did my rest back watch that episode?
He hasn't watched Mandalorian though. That's the thing.
Oh, snap.
I think he's still in season 1.
That's not bad. You can finish season 1.
Me too. I'm still in season 1.
It's like 4 hours, but I don't know.
But it doesn't matter.
My sort of theory, or the thing that I kind of wanted to happen, was so Baby Yoda goes in and apparently eats the eggs. Then, for whatever reason, they're forced to go light speed. Those eggs die. The
get
eggs
cooked inside him.
I mean,
because that was the reason why they couldn't go into light speed, right?
Yeah, because that would kill the eggs in the container thing. But because they had to jump to light speed, those died. But the ones that the kid apparently ate,
do they die as well? That's
that's what I was hoping.
They survive.
But
they survive.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
That could be a plan. That because they had to go into light speed, the ones in the container die. But since there were some in the child, he could regurgitate
not yet digested.
Them. Because if you in the other trailers, in the trailers before the season started, the frog lady actually still has the container in her back. There's one shot where the Mandalorian and the child are following the frog lady and probably her husband. And she still has the container in her back, and it still had the eggs, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that's what I was hoping would happen, and that's what I think would be a logical place to take it, giving everything that they set up, right?
True. I didn't think of that. That's actually a pretty good point.
And then
Yeah. Wow. Now.
It's like you thought you made a heel turn.
I'm like the extra here.
Turn.
Well, what are your thoughts about Mando versus Boba? Is it going to happen?
Mandalorian versus Boba Fett. It could occur, but one part is he did leave Tatooine, and it seems Boba is only in Tatooine. Mm-hmm. I mean, from the last series, he was there. We assume that he's the one who kind of walked up on the dead bounty hunter because of the iconic the spur sound, which refers to an ESB.
Yeah.
So he might be there. He might not be there. It might be him wanting the armor, which at this point people are now also wondering what happened.
Yeah.
Whether is the armor Beskar now, because it's kind of weird. The armor of Boba Fett is Durasteel, not Beskar. So okay, so did they retcon this? Is this now Durasteel? Is this now Beskar instead of Durasteel? Yeah. One thing I do want to know is this going to show that Boba is considered a actual Mandalorian? Because lots of people said, Boba's not a Mandalorian anymore because... like in Rebels, the Wren said he's not. Which when I heard that, I'm sorry, that sounds like Game of Thrones level politics. So you're saying that this family said that this family doesn't count. How does that work? I don't think that's how they're like, no, this royal family said you don't count. But their rival royal family, of course they're going to say you don't count. I'm pretty sure if you also talk to them, like, the Wrens aren't real family either. The Fets might say as well.
This is
so that for them saying this, it sounds like this is just like royal family politics and hearsay. I can't believe a rival family until like, okay, how's this work? Even they say you're not born Mandalorian. It's a lifestyle and things. It's a big change, which is actually a bit touch on the expanded universe version.
Yeah.
Where they said, it's more of a lifestyle.
Mando.
Yeah, even Din Djarin is, what's it?
He wasn't born. He's founding.
Yeah.
Founding. So he wasn't born.
So from that point of view, like, okay,
he's
maybe
like
that's so I'm kind of curious.
Grace Poe's a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more curious about, instead of a fight, more of, is there going to be vindication? Do we consider him an actual Mandalorian or not? And I mean, if you compare like the current Mandalorian, a Mandalorian, how can Boba not be one? He didn't even take off his helmet through the entire period.
I think
we all talk about the weights of it.
The conflict is going to be. Oh, hey. It's what's up?
Oh, whoa.
Hey.
Holy shit.
What's up, guys?
Joao, it's time.
All right. There we go.
Grade pa ako. Layo ng pinanggalingan ko eh.
Thank you, sir.
Tingnan mo si Joao.
There we go.
Looks familiar.
For tonight, we have Vallez of Overmind.
To become one.
Also from Mandaluyong, by the way, right now.
Brazil boy.
Okay.
Martin was looking for Res back because we were all Bisaya.
Yeah,
Bisaya.
Res back.
not just Bisaya, but from Cebu.
Yeah, we're all Cebuanos.
Oo nga. Magtatagalog ako.
So, when we were chatting on FB, I was telling Sir X, we're talking about Baby Yoda and eggs.
Are you up to speed na ba, X, with no?
No, I'm at episode 3.
You're
Season 1.
You're a little back there.
And the only egg I know is the
egg shape.
Episode 2.
What's that egg? Episode 2, yeah. The
one with the mudhorn. The episode with the mudhorn.
Yes.
Suga.
Suga.
Yeah, it's there's a lot.
It's funny how
eggs.
episode 2, season 2 also involves eggs.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a recurring theme every episode.
So there are more
like,
eggs.
okay.
In season 2, episode 2, a lot more eggs. Here.
More suga.
It's diba? The theme of parenthood and all of that seems like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Diba? Like, what's his face? Like, Mando being default dad to Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And like in this case, in the most recent episode, Frog Lady, diba?
Frog Lady.
That was something I found so funny, that her name is actually Frog Lady.
Frog Lady.
And there was that thing in the subtitle that said Frog Lady speaking frog.
That's her race, frog.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, Frog Lady speaking frog. I was like, really?
I'm so hoping. So what's the husband's name? Kermit? Kermit the Frog here. Oh my god, can you imagine the husband is like a Gamorrean guard?
Mr. Piggy. Mr.
Piggy.
Yeah, Gamorrean guard. Like, here we are. Yes. I see the reference being made here.
Pero X, man, when you're up to speed on The Mandalorian, you should come back, because I want to talk about the writing of it.
Sige.
It's really, I mean, to me, it's quite well written.
Even the direction, the one that you mentioned a while ago, Joao.
So far, I'm loving it. No, the first 3 episodes in terms of direction and writing, I'm enjoying it. I've been seeing a lot of posts that it's the only title in the Star Wars franchise that's carrying the entire franchise. No,
actually, right now.
But I'm enjoying it. The other one that I really liked in the entire franchise is this film, Rogue One.
Rogue One's great. It had its issues here and there, but it's pretty much a solid film.
Yeah. It was such a contained story, and it was so well written, well directed.
Parang sakto lang na wag na tayong masyadong sumabog. Let's keep to storytelling.
I think its biggest advantage was that it did not really touch much on the original trilogy in terms of characters. Like, we're going to make some cameos or hints towards here, but we're going to do our own story in the universe.
Right. I think that's why it worked.
Mando is nice. It's the universe. So we look, we know this. We don't hear about daddy issues anymore, even though we're slowly going back to daddy issues again.
Oops.
I mean,
this is the way.
Mandalorian. It is daddy issues, though.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of the same themes that you see in the main trilogy. The thing I love about Rogue One, though, is the Death Star is scary.
Oh yeah.
Right, because like everything, like it just seems so. It seems like nothing when you see Alderaan blow up.
Right.
In the original trilogy, and in the sequel trilogy, when you see that thing that blows up multiple planets, you're just like,
the Starkiller base,
Starkiller base, like whatever. But then in Rogue One, like because people that you're supposed to care about, even though
That's right.
The film could have done more to help you care about them, but like the people that you're supposed to care about are the victims of the
what happened? Yeah.
The Death Star. So.
I will say though, the Rogue One did make Alderaan a actual military target. That's the only thing I didn't really fully appreciate about the film. Like, so you're saying Alderaan is a valid military target?
Yeah.
Because before, it's like, there isn't. You're just making like a harsh judgment. Now it's like, okay, they were supplying them. Okay.
Mixed feelings now.
But I did enjoy Rogue One, but it did bring up more questions too. I see the failure in the Empire is not that they are a really scary force, or I mean, not that the rebels are very skilled. It's the Empire seems very weird with its choices. Like you had Edu, which had anti-aircraft weapons. Cool. They had one anti-aircraft gun. Then you look at Scarif, like, this has all our data. We're going to have a shield and 2 ISDs. Cool. And we have foot patrol. Awesome. What anti-aircraft? Anti-what now? What about security cameras? Security camera. Yes. Cameras. Do we have those? Yes. Like there's so many things. You're like, if you had anti-aircraft, it feels like you take down the X-Wings. It's like, where are the rebels? Let's turn camera 1. There's no one there. Okay, send them here. It's amazing how logistical choices is what destroyed them. Even the final episode 9, where it was Rise of Skywalker, we have made 1,000 ISDs to destroy the New Republic. So how many towers do we have? 1. So pal, can we get rid of 10 ISDs? Just 10. Make 27 more of these transmitters. No.
Just 1.
How we gonna die?
1 is enough.
It's like these logistical choices. Like,
so we need another expanded universe movie.
They did themselves wrong.
That's why
they screwed themselves over. In episode 1, when they were screwing around with the Trade Federation or like those guys.
No, the Trade Federation made sense because the Trade Federation, it's not like they're a massive group. They're literally they're like space Walmart of some sort of weird way.
Yeah. They're
going things for money and things. So yeah, them having a single ship to control their droids, I get it. But when you're a full-on empire, they can afford these things. So why did we cheap out here?
Because they had to build a second Death Star, dude.
Dude, priorities. They have to spend everything.
You got to spend money to make money.
Then they forgot, CCTVs.
Like, why don't we have those? because like, but maybe those exist in Star Wars. No, we had the recordings of Anakin fighting the younglings. Straight up, we have this. It is old technology. They have it in 3D.
Holograms even in a galaxy not so far away.
We don't have the computing power. We literally have a building that's just a computer. Silence. You're asking too much questions. It's just that. Like, it's just always nitpicky things like, this is a weird choice. Or even the sneaky AT-ACT, the walker they had in Scarif that the blind man first noticed before everyone. I was like, how did this massive walker sneak up on you?
Dear Cinema.
Again, some things I get that's done for the story to make things move forward, but there's some parts where you're like, this feels like you're just incompetent less than you being a better skilled warrior. Because even the rebels, remember when they stole the transport to go to Scarif? They said, oh no, you can't take that, we have to use that for scat, we have to do it for testing. And all the rebels could do is just be in the radio, please don't leave. Like, they ran away. Guys, what do we do? It feels so sad. Like, who are you? Like, Rogue One, you're not allowed to leave the sector yet. Like, then they just leave. Oh, well, they're gone.
They're all, I don't know. I mean, even the most recent episode of The Mandalorian also showed how the New Republic might not necessarily have been
competent.
They just, at this point, when it showed me, well, it feels like they're being like the Empire again. So it's like, it's just, a different ruling power again.
Yeah, and you get why what happened in the sequel trilogy happened, because the New Republic wasn't really that good either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made some weird choices, which you can only see in the book. But they made some weird choices.
This is why I absolutely love The Mandalorian, because it brings everything from all of the other Star Wars media together,
and it brings lots of EU stuff back to canon, which was nice.
In a very divided fan base, right? Like, when the prequel trilogies came out, we fractured the fan base, and then when the sequel trilogy came out, the fan base was fractured again. Then you have continually fracturing the fan base with calling the extended universe legends.
Yeah, and then you had Solo, which was shit.
And then they had the TV shows which were really good, the cartoons which were really good, but not too many people really watched. And then you have The Mandalorian, which manages to bring all of that together, and it is just so amazing, right? Mm-hmm. Like in the most recent couple of episodes with tying into episode 1 with all of the Tatooine stuff, and then in the same breath showing how the New Republic was kind of incompetent, kind of brings in and leads into what happens in the sequel trilogy, and all of the aesthetic from the original trilogy is, there in Tatooine and the cantina and all of that stuff. It's all just brought together in that one show, which is something that I am just so happy for. Like in a world where politics divides people, freaking The Mandalorian brings us all together.
And Tatooine, don't forget Tatooine. That brings all the shows together. For a strange backwater planet, it seems way too important in this galaxy of how many planets.
Because that's
where go to the desert place.
That's where I
go to Nevada.
Was from, dude.
Figure stuff out there. Space Nevada.
It was in Tunisia, right? Like Tatooine was supposed to be. They filmed it in Tunisia.
It's filmed in Tunisia. Like you can still go find the Skywalker household. It still exists there. You can see the Crate Dragon skeleton from Episode 4 is still there, like the OG skeleton, which is original. This is the original Crate Dragon, the one in the Mandalorian. People mistake. Wait, how come that looks nothing like a skeleton? Which is because it's a different Crate Dragon. That's a greater Crate Dragon. And
have you guys seen the Robot Chicken Star Wars?
I saw the.
All right, you should watch
Darth Vader meets Jar Jar Binks. Oh, Andy, what happened to your face?
Yeah, there was.
I like how they actually have a canon ending now for Jar Jar, which is only in the books.
Yeah,
which is kind of really sad and kind of depressing.
Jar Jar.
Yeah.
So there's
not like Maul. Maul is proof that you can. Oh, yeah, there's still a lot of books.
All the books.
Yep. But the books for Disney, there's only one thing I hate is Disney. You don't have to make every book canon. You're allowed to have fun books. It's okay. When they had Chewie and the Porgs, like that's a cool fun kids book. This book is also canon. Why? Why is this canon? Also the Fortnite event, that is also canon. You're confusing me. What does that mean? How is the Fortnite event canon too? Yes. Like you can chill. It's okay to have a fun section. It's okay. It doesn't have to be canon. But no, that's how we make people watch it. You're not entirely wrong, but please chill on everything is canon that we make. You're allowed to have the random fun episode because I'm going to be so worried if their Christmas special, which I've not heard anything about yet, and again, they mentioned it once, is going to become canon. And that just makes me worried more. Like, no, let's not make that one canon.
Well,
make it a weird, fun offshoot movie that everyone's going to hate again, just like the original one.
Yeah, they have a Christmas special coming up, which doesn't bode well for like Star Wars, right?
Yep. I mean, they saw the first one didn't go well. I like this. Like, nah, let's try again. Let's see how this works. Like, like we've divided the fan base. What if we divide it some more?
Even more. More money. Oh, yes. Those who go against us, we will call you Nazis.
But guys, it's just so strange that from all the things he chose, this is the one. I mean, I would have expected him to go for another Ewok movie instead of the holiday special. This is the Ewok movie. The first one did well. The second one was very, very, very questionable. Did you see the Ewok movie?
Nope.
Ewok. No. I think I did, but
yeah, there were two if I remember. The first one, the second one. The second one was a complete shift of what the first one was like. The first one was like, oh, it's kind of like a kids movie, and the second just goes straight up adult in terms of like the amount of people dying. Like, wow, this changed.
It's animated.
No. Ewoks 2 was live action. Yeah.
There was an Ewoks TV show, but there were two Ewoks movies. Yeah.
Right.
And the movies were live action.
Yeah.
That's why it was It's weird. The Ewoks TV show is also weird.
You're not missing much of your life yet. Yeah.
You're not.
It'd be like if they made a TV show out of porgs, you know?
I'm amazed they didn't yet, I'll be honest. Like, how do we not have a porg show yet?
Oh, I actually have a porg pop too. It's like hiding up there.
Oh,
they like stare at you and like eat your soul while they're staring at you. The porgs.
I have like
for a guy who doesn't really like adore Star Wars, I actually have a lot of Star Wars pops for some reason. I've got these for a reason because I like them. But I've got the Han Solo in Carbonite. I've got the porg.
I have mine over there.
I've got Darth
I can't
Vader.
show it.
It's too big, Miko.
Oh yeah, my 1-to-1 scale one.
I've got one more. It's not. I think it's a Dorbs Stormtrooper.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you drop by Cebu, you gotta go to Miko. You gotta see the Han Solo. Saw it last year.
Yeah, I have a 1-to-1 scale Han Solo and Carbonite. 1-to-1 scale. This one. Forgot who is the maker for this one, but yeah, it's a 1-to-1 scale thing. Resin. I was actually initially going to make this a door, but I found that it's way too tall for my doorway. So now it's just kind of against my wall. Actually, as we're podcasting, he's just staring at me. I have like a perfect view of his going like.
You gotta try readjusting your camera next time on your stream. Like if you do a camera on your Twitch stream. Hey, it's me and Han Solo in Carbonite. How are you guys doing?
So, Han, what do you think?
When you build,
Han.
When you build your own
deep, Han.
Like you could just when you build your own place, you can make sure that like your doorways are big enough to have to accommodate it as your door.
And then in order the doorknob will be his hand.
Oh, as you grab it.
He'll hold the hand of Han to open the door.
Every time you open it, you'll say,
kapag may password,
I love you. I know.
I know.
Oh God.
Let's see. Yeah, so right cool, here. Supposed to have more of my Star Wars stuff, though. It's still kind of mixed everywhere because of the whole pandemic thing. It kind of was ruined the whole trying to organize and construct things. I do have my Tusken helmet here, though, and my Shadow Scout, which is pretty much a black Baby Yoda puncher.
Wait a minute. How happy are you that like Oppa, the guy who played Oppa in Kim's Convenience is
Kimberly, cast? It's like, hey, it's here. It's actually there. I learned
one of your 501st, diba?
TI 74447 Canadian Garrison.
Wow.
I was more surprised. Like, hey, cool, he's here. How'd you get there? Oh, he has a TV show. Oh, you're a B-list star. I didn't know that. Hey, dude. It's one of the situations where I didn't realize you were popular. That's cool, though.
Oh, so you didn't know that he was actually an actor?
No, I mean apparently I have another friend in Korea who's apparently a very popular magician things for TV. It's like, oh, that's cool. I never knew that. It's just because we end up talking about Star Wars stuff that you don't really think anything beyond like, hey, that's so cool. And we start sharing those things later. Oh, you did this thing. Like Martin, remember Chris Cantada?
Oh yeah,
I didn't think he was anyone really big. Like it's just like he's a cool Star Wars guy. Like, oh, you do this thing too. That's cool.
And then he does Power Ranger stuff since 2013. Before we only know him as the drummer who looks like William Hung from Sponge Cola. That's what my kuya says because they're classmates. Like, oy, Martin, ito Sponge Cola. Ito classmate ko to, yung kamukha ni William Hung.
Like I still can't forget when Chris went to the APCC and met the cast of Stranger Things for that meet and greet.
Oh yeah,
that one he does there.
Cast member was Red Ranger, the other guy.
It was kind of funny because the Stranger Things cast, apparently one of them was a big fan of Chris.
Yep.
So he was like, yeah, it got really strange. Why? Because immediately when he went in, the actor kind of stood up and immediately, hey man, I love your show. Like everyone's like, no, he can't do that to every other guest.
No touching. No.
But he's someone who initiates. It's like, this is weird. So from there, he was like, oh, you're someone really well known, apparently. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're happy to see him there. Man. Oh, I think someone asked him, so did you bring your own Rebel pilot? Because he owns a Rebel pilot costume, so on the Rebel Legion, I think. And he played a Rebel pilot. So is that your costume, or did they provide you with one? We're not really sure, because it looks exactly the same.
Well, that's the thing with fame nowadays, though. It's very, It's very narrow, right? Like, you're quite famous, but in a very specific sort of
you're internet famous
group, right?
Yeah, internet famous, like a certain
subculture.
Is that one of those like you're internet famous, but you're not? No, I'm not real famous. I'm internet famous. Like, there's a difference. Yes.
Yes.
Internet famous gets you people. Hey, cool. Real famous gets you paparazzi.
Yep. Paparazzi. Speaking of internet famous, I gotta thank Joao for making me kind of internet famous because of the theme song of Jobber Talk.
What did I? Okay, yeah. All right. Cool.
It's like, oh no, what have I done?
Jobber Talk. I think Joel would know this because a recent guest would have known that.
Which one? Oh, okay.
Instead of asking about the Jobber Talk song, I think he knows this.
Yeah, it's like apparently everybody in the Philippine wrestling community calls him Martin.
Martin.
which is because of that song that he wrote, but you know.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we had Tarek in the show.
It's a good song to be known about. You've made a few songs that people are upset they're now known for.
Oh yeah, certain songs that will not get in the light of day outside our barkada. Right, Joe?
It had a twinkle, little star in it, if I remember.
I mean, like, what's it?
The something party.
Yeah. That was so bad, dude. That one song that he wrote for X, man.
What
You
song?
wrote a song?
Yeah, dude.
Which song? The one with the butterfly thing?
Yeah, dude. I was riffing on this song that we wrote when we were in college. That was
Dude, I used that song, man.
like we were young.
For what?
Right?
For the intro, like just the first 10 seconds without the lyrics.
Gusto ko yung riff though. Gusto ko yung
Ganda ng riff eh.
Gusto ko yung riff nun.
Yeah, that's always been my problem. Like all of the arrangement and all of that stuff is really good, but then when you sit down and listen to it, it's all just garbage. You know? Like all of the lyrics, they're just jokes, but then like, oh yeah, pretty good guitar solo. Like, oh yeah, pretty good arrangement. Like, you know.
I love that guitar solo shit.
Right?
Also, I just realized that our guests
I'm like Elton John. I can't
seniors
write.
I met in university that I knew quickly.
Oh my god.
I knew Joel because of Peter.
Yeah, you knew me because you knew my brother.
Oh my god, yeah.
And I know X because the very first production I was under was in your production.
Right.
The production that
never saw the light of day.
It was a weird thing. What were you? I was prod. And apparently at some point acting. It's kind of confusing at some point.
Yeah, I remember that.
Holy smokes.
We made it to the critics night, and then 2 days before opening night, it was canceled.
Oh my god.
What I am going to say though is the script might not necessarily have been the best because you were in a weird place when that was
Yeah, but there are two people who still believe up to this moment that it's the best thing I have ever written, and those two people are Ian Amane and Rodi Balderan. They still think up to now it's my best work.
Gotta get him soon.
Shit, no, but
have you ever planned to restage that at some point? No.
I've been wanting to rewrite it. But I couldn't find the time. I had like 15 versions of it. I sent Dr. Dumol like 5 versions, and I couldn't quite get it. Even Joao wrote his version of it.
Oh,
yeah, he has some sort of a version, like an outline of sorts.
I think I remember that.
He was helping me create a definitive version or an improved version, but feeling ko.
I like how Sais will come out as Sais Remastered.
Yeah, Sais Remastered. Yeah,
like, what's a remaster of? We don't talk of that.
The ex-Vallez cut. Ganon.
Yeah.
It's like the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Maybe in 10 years I'll finally stage it. No,
I remember that. That's 2005.
2005, yes.
So maybe in 2025 you'll have to come out with something.
Actually, in 2025 I might be able to do that. But I think if I'll go back to that material, and if we do that in 2025, it might become a musical.
That's fine.
I can picture it. I remember one section where we just had fun singing parts out because of just pure boredom at one point. I kind of remember that one tech rehearsal we did that.
Just for context, for the people that are listening that don't know, this was an adaptation of Luigi Pirandello's 6 Characters in Search of an Author.
Yeah, loose adaptation.
Yeah, loose adaptation.
Very loose.
Very footloose.
Very loose adaptation, my God.
But what I was going to say was the way that the direction of the play and the whole aesthetic that you were going for influenced a lot of my creative endeavors.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I hope it did not destroy your creative. No.
The idea that the fourth wall really shouldn't be there.
It made me have very strange expectations as a prod member.
Right, it's sort of like right because everybody there was an actor, so
right.
You know,
even the stage hands, even the prod people. Yeah,
I still know my cues.
Yeah, like,
cowering in fear in the corner and crawling my way out.
It's very Brechtian actually, right? I mean,
yes, it is Brechtian.
Everyone is part of the production. Everyone is part of the production. Everyone comes out on stage. That's a very Brechtian idea.
Yep.
And
I mean, you have a character come to the backstage and force the entire prod team out.
Yeah. It was the deconstruction of theater, which has sort of influenced a lot of my aesthetic.
Right. Meta. And actually, years after, Inception came out, and when I saw Inception, parang, hey,
that's my stick.
Yeah, that's what I was aiming at. No, I was going for something like that. No, a play within a play within a play. Actually, 2 movies. When I saw Inception, and then the other one was Synecdoche, New York. I don't know if you guys saw Synecdoche, New York by this the guy who wrote Being John Malkovich.
Kaufman.
Eternal Sunshine. Sorry?
Kaufman.
Yeah, Kaufman. Yeah, Kaufman. He wrote that. And he directed that film, Synecdoche, New York. It's about the director directing a movie. No, it was a movie, right?
It was a movie about a director.
A director directing a play.
About
a director.
Also about him.
Yeah. So it's something like Sais. And when I saw it, that is Sais, but done better.
Oh, it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it.
Yeah.
You don't realize there's someone there, and like the critics' night was watching. I must let the people know. We shall make another film with this.
Well, speaking about that, have you ever realized that it's probably something to do with zeitgeist, where it seems to happen where you have all of these ideas, and then a couple of months later, you suddenly see it on film. You suddenly see it in the movies. You suddenly see it done in another creative endeavor. So I don't know if you've ever experienced something like that, but I actually have. I don't quite remember when, but even you, X, remember the whole concept of the zombie.
Oh my God! Yeah, the warm bodies. Parang a month before it came out, or 2 months before it came out, we were writing something similar. At Haig, we were brainstorming it, and we even wrote the outline to that story. But I didn't have the super zombies, the concept of, di ba sa Warm Bodies merong parang ultra zombies, the super dead zombies. Yeah. I didn't have that in my concept, but mine was a love story. Warm Bodies was a love story.
Yeah, and Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, but the twist was the zombie was becoming human, di ba? In my version. Yeah. Was it
the same thing in Warm Bodies?
Same thing, no? It's the same thing. Yeah. Fuck that shit, man. So when that came out, sabi ko, puta, man. Hindi naman bawal muna dito, di ba?
Pwede naman
That's fine.
Pwede naman ever.
Bad trip. So sabi ko, pagka meron akong original idea, I should immediately write it down and produce it, because if it's a hot idea, someone else will produce it. Yeah. Somebody will think of it, most likely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this point, the sheer amount of people, statistically, it's going to happen, and you might as well put your thing on paper faster than the other person.
Right. Yeah. That's what I realized when the trailer came out. Parang, fuck, man.
I remember something like that happened to me, though it wasn't as amusing. It was when I was a kid, and I had a old school longboard.
It's still there?
You know those skateboards, right? The old school long ones. This one I was about 8 years old, 9 years old, and I could pretty much lie down on a longboard. because of the sheer length. I thought, hey, this is cool. So at one point I went to the hill, started doing like, this is cool. So I started designing like, what if I have a skateboard you can lie down on? So I actually made designs like, this would be so cool. I turn on the TV and I see something about street luging. Like, God damn it, someone got my idea. I remember street luging. It's like, longboards are fun.
Right? It's a zeitgeist thing. I mean, I guess that we all sort of pick it up from somewhere. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. You take it up from the void.
Just some people just bring it from paper to reality faster than we do. You know?
And that's why you have those crazy people saying, they took my idea, I have to fight them.
This is why I am so frustrated at internet speeds in the Philippines, because the internet was supposed to be internet speeds, internet prices, because this was supposed to be internet speeds, internet prices, because this was supposed to be the equalizer where the quickest and best the best and brightest ideas come out available for everybody to, see and consume. But when we have a bottleneck in, the speed or the cost of our internet connection, then, it still puts us at a disadvantage. So this is sort of that geopolitical, this is the geopolitical equivalent to the digital divide. So, this is
true.
Third World Linux Bodega Nights edition.
Yep. Especially in the last 8 months, we saw that the sheer importance of having very good internet infrastructure, be it like old school DSL fiber or even new technology, like I think some people bring in 5G towers. It's a big equalizer in the current playing field. So it's the whole concept of work from home, all these things. The big thing is, can your internet even do such? And it's something I wish that in the last 8 months that they actually took more serious look into. Even our service providers didn't even take much advantage. I mean, I was kind of hoping that either one of them is going to go and say, hey, with this thing set up and people now worried that they don't want a 3-year plan, why don't you make a special 6-month or 1-year plan to get people, hey, you want internet right now, but I know you don't want to get in a 3-year contract. Let's give you a 6-month contract. Let's give you a 1-year contract. Slightly higher charge, but you're not locked in longer. Do they do it? No. They end up going with the whole, we'll give you a fancy dongle, which is their weird LTE router thing. When I saw that, so it's a big dongle. No, sir. It's a big dongle.
I'll show you
it's connected to LTE.
Oh my!
It's like one of those things where this is very obviously something that we should invest in fast and try to develop quicker. And you'd see that people toss money into this, but it didn't happen, and kind of made me upset. Like, why? That this is the big thing now. I thought even government look, even to get our stuff done, we need better infrastructure. Didn't really happen. And we're now getting thrown back by so many other countries able to process things better. That, hey, we can now do this, we can now do this. Heck, in some countries, you're seeing what I'd like to call a metro exodus, where people realize, because of work from home, I don't have to live in the city anymore. I can have the same or similar pay and go somewhere else.
Move to Cebu, or I don't know, dude, I should move to Dumaguete. That place is pretty chill.
Yeah.
As long as you have good internet, suddenly you can now work almost anywhere, assuming your job allows it. Like if you have a blue collar job, probably you can't do that from home. Send out a robot. I have sent the robot out. Don't worry, I got this.
To serve dim sum, right? Like you're I don't know.
But guys, that is I was wishing they'd do that, because it would make so much things better, especially if a content creator. Like that's one thing that we see in the pandemic. Suddenly anyone is now doing streaming content, new content, which I'm assuming is because everyone had to set up Zoom or set up for Discord or set up something that they figured, hey, I have this now. I might as well do other things. It's kind of like why people started doing Grab and Uber on the side. I already have the assets. I might as well do something else with it.
Yeah, freaking X, dude. I keep on watching the replays of your
Storify that shit.
Yeah, dude. And all of your sessions.
I will ask about that too.
It's like, dude, this is just like when we were in college and X was talking about how to write and stuff. It's good to see that the internet gave you sort of the platform to do the stuff that you were doing with us back when I was much thinner.
The internet is not just for porn.
Actually, we started it out parang something like this, no? Kwentuhan lang. It's me, Day, and Greg. We're just
I've not seen Day in a while.
Yeah. And then after a couple of episodes of just talking about storytelling, the art of storytelling, structures. Tapos, actually, every episode, nagpapalit kami ng mode. There was one episode we talked about Korean telenovelas or musicals, no? After one season, which is like, 6 episodes, I told Greg, we should gamify this. So our second season is sort of gamified. So it's like me versus they, and then we'd invite guests to play with us. Mostly we play blind slides and 4 pictures, 1 story. No? So you have 4 pictures, you have to create a story on the spot based
That's
on
cool.
4 pictures. Yeah. It was fun. We're still running it. And I told Greg to take a season break kasi hindi siya nagsi-season break din eh. Nagtutuloy-tuloy lang after planning like a 6-episode series of games. We'll still broadcast, but we play Fibbage live.
Oh, Fibbage is fun.
Yeah,
Fibbage
it's fun. Fibbage and
the Jackbox games in general.
Yeah. The Jackbox TV games. They're fun. While we're waiting for Greg and his team to set up the other games, no. But yeah, we're having fun, and we're sort of we have this opportunity to teach people online how to tell stories without really lecturing by trying to gamify it and just talk about it.
Trick them into learning.
Yeah.
You're now being educated. No.
You don't want to learn? Make it fun.
Sort of like how my class looks like a freaking Twitch stream. Like,
it gets something that they recognize. Like, okay. I'm just waiting for Joao to actually go full on, like, has channel points too. Hey, make me do things for channel points. This is what you get for participation.
Right? I got this guy now.
Oh, nice.
The nice guy. I got this.
Perfect.
Or KO.
When I want the kids to just like have a discussion.
Oh, that is nice. That's some awesome setup, man.
They're like, all right, so this is what your activity is for today. Discuss,
Discuss. Emergency meeting. But yeah, speaking of discussion, our other guest right now, like Joel, also has a new podcast of his own called Laro-Laro. So when did that start?
I love your name, dude. Sportito.
Sportito.
Yeah, everything that came up from that, it was actually pretty organic. A group of friends, we were hanging out. We were having an inuman. And then we just thought that a lot of us were in sports broadcasting. We were graduates of the sports broadcasting workshop from a couple of years. Me from like way back, and then them from like the past couple of years. And then we just thought of it. Okay, why don't we put up something? We just said we have. They said that I could direct, and then they were all sort of knowledgeable about sports. So we just. Yeah, it was something like that. Just like how what Tarek was saying during our episode with him yesterday. We were just talking about it. Why don't we just put this up? And then we just put it up. It's been up since August. We've had 14 episodes since yesterday. What we do is we've actually had some restructuring, but now we bring in a special guest. We don't do the usual because ever since this pandemic happened, a lot of people have been doing a lot of these sports shows. And what they do is they bring in the guest. They talk to the guest. It's basically your online. It's basically your talk show, but it's online. What we do, just so that we do something different, is we bring them in. We involve them in the things that we do. Like we have a couple of segments, and then they're not just a special guest. They're not like a guest that we just direct questions at them. We have those portions, but they are part of our segments. They give their opinions. They become integrated into the show, and yeah, something that's really fun happening ever since we started doing this new style. All of our guests have been really participative. Like Tarek, I'm sure down the line we're gonna bring him in again to talk about something else maybe. Yesterday we focused on pro wrestling. But yeah, it's something. Yeah. It was actually the first sport outside of basketball because all of us, the sportitos, that's also something that I coined that term. Sportitos. We call ourselves the sportitos because I'm the youngest, and I'm like in my late 30s. I'm
he has to make that 40s. Known.
Yeah, I'm the youngest, but I'm reaching 40s. So yeah,
Titos of Cebu.
yeah, we call that. We were titos and we were into sports. So yeah, we are the sportitos. Yeah, so it's something fun. It's something fun to do. It's really something for fun. We don't really look to become like monetized on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that. We just do it because it's fun to do. We get to talk to it's basically us, the four of us getting together once a week to talk about sports. Sometimes, most of the times we have a special guest come in. We've had PBA legends come in. And yesterday we had Tarek, who's like one of the pioneers of Philippine wrestling, the relaunch of Philippine wrestling, I would say. So yeah, we do that. It's basically all just for fun. It's nothing really serious, super serious. Kaya that's hence the title, Laro-Laro lang. It's really just we were supposed to go for Inuman, but then again I found out that there was another group that already has Inuman, and then when we talked about it again, Laro-Laro lang, because it's Laro-Laro lang. We talk about games. And it's all just for fun. I mean, it's all for fun. It's all Laro-Laro lang siya. And that's all. I basically, especially in the third segment that we have, I torture them with a trivia game. I have some.
I want to play a game.
Yeah. We have like these they have trivia games that I do for them. It's supposed to have a consequence, but again, it's just for fun. So it's not really. It's non-bearing actually. Yeah, that's it. That's Laro-Laro lang. We try to come up with episodes at least once a week. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. That's one of the hardest things though about making content on the internet. It's like getting people to show up like consistently every whenever you have to show up. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That said, I gotta ask both X and Sir Joel.
Why, sir? Just call me Joel, man.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Because he's pushing 40.
Tito's 40.
Okay.
He's older than I am, man.
So do you prefer Sir Joel or Tito J?
Tito J.
It'd be funnier.
Tito Joe. So yes, the question is,
wait. We've gone beyond the calendar team here, no?
Yeah.
I know.
How old are you? 30-something.
I'm 30-something.
We're all 30-somethings here.
Yeah.
Right?
12 is still something.
Yeah, it's something, right? But yeah, the question would be, how easy or hard is it for your co-host to find a common time, like for the current during the lockdown, or you guys stick to the schedule or whoever's available? Because we have our answers, and I think our viewers already know our answer.
Whenever this podcast comes out.
Yes, time slots for recording.
Time slot to me. Time slot, ba?
No, because X is different because they do it live.
Oh, yeah, he's live.
I do it live.
Yeah.
So
they really set that. They really set the time slot.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, for our team, it's a little hard. It's kind of similar to your situation, to you guys, because we actually have one Sportito who lives in Canada. So we have to take that into consideration. But what usually works for us, because we try to record the week of, and then we try to release it the weekend of recording. So to give time for our editors, it's two of us. So the one guy makes the first cut, takes out all of the unnecessary stuff, and then I put in some of the additional visuals, and then I do some more cutting just to bring it down. Although that episode with Tarek was really super long. The episode came out clocking near 3 hours, but actually we were talking for like close to 4 or 5 hours. But that's the amount that we cut down, because it's so much fun. I mean, we always tell ourselves, let's try to limit it to 2 hours, let's try to limit it to 2.5 hours, but you always end up talking, because it's always fun to talk about certain topics, certain stuff. So you end up talking for like 4 or 5 hours. Like I remember that one of the first ever interviews that we did, we interviewed Alvin Patrimonio. We had planned to only interview him for like an hour and a half. the interview ran for 4 hours. And that was just the interview. That was ideally just supposed to be part of the entire show. So what we had to do, we had to cut it up into two parts, just for it to be part of the bigger show. So yeah, but in terms of scheduling, we've sort of developed a certain level of a certain time slot, dedicated time slot for where all of us would be available. But we do work around the schedule of our Sportito in Canada, because his is the most volatile schedule, because he has he has shifts. The guys here in Manila have fixed schedules. He's the one who has shifts, so we work around his schedule. But we try to keep it either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So yeah, that's our thing on Laro-Laro lang. How about you guys? What's your thing?
X over mine.
Ako muna, sige.
They do it live, right?
Yeah. Mine's live. Where I have two shows. No, I run my show. It's called X Prompt. No, it's some sort of a show for amateur playwrights. So I post.
I could have gone so many ways.
So I post weekly writing prompts on my page, and then I invite my followers to write a short scene based on the prompt, and then I invite actors to read the submissions cold, live every Friday night. Sometimes it's at 9 p.m., sometimes at 9:30. I think now we're doing it at 9 p.m. And then the other one is Greg's show, which is Storify That Shit. We do it Wednesday nights. I think Greg invites people on Mondays, before.
Whoa.
So the show is on Wednesday night at 8:30. So around Monday or Tuesday starts inviting people. Since it's an improv game, you can't really, invite and have your guests prepare, because you lose the fun. No, what's the fun in that if they come in prepared? And it's the same. The same is true with my show. I don't send the scripts to the actors until like a few hours before the show, so they can scan through the script before a few hours before the show, just so they won't get lost. No, but most of the time the actors don't read it. They just they see it. They open the file when the show runs. No, and it's actually more fun, because sometimes they're surprised sa material na mababasa nila, and then I give comments dun sa show ko. I give some suggestions to the playwright, and it's also kind of fun for me, because I'm forced to be a mentor / teacher and try to see what works and what doesn't on the spot. No, so yun yung challenge for me. And it's my hope for the show is for it to be non-threatening for amateurs, so that they keep on submitting, and in the hopes that they improve their writing. So, hindi ko nasagot yung question. The answer is, I invite the morning of the show or the day before. Yeah. And I have my staple actors, like Joel is one of them. Pag Joel, wala akong mahanap, can you read for me?
Fill in. So you're the Ren of the show.
But I have a pool of volunteers now, because the show is like picking up. So I have a pool of volunteers, and we have this chat group. So magpo-post lang ako, guys, sino nang available? Let's go. So I usually get one guy and one girl.
Nabigla niya ako, nakuha niyo sila Mil at saka si Cheese. Like,
yeah.
As a Storify, like, whoa, yeah, okay. So, like, our batches were represented.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are they both your batchmates, ba? Si Cheese and si Mil?
No, Mil. Cheese is like way lower batch.
Oh, okay.
I think kabatch niya sila Erin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think they were the group. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The group who actually revived it. Yeah. So, oh my God. So what's the fun episodes you guys have personally, like from Laro-Laro back? From Sportitos to Storify the Shit or the X prompts. So we'll start with Joe.
Okay. From Laro-Laro lang. Personally, I actually enjoyed yesterday's episode. The episode we had with Tarek. Because number one, it was something different. No, it was something different. It wasn't our usual basketball topics. And Tarek is just like such a fun guy to talk to. He could talk for days about wrestling, actually about anything. about sports, about a wide array of theater, of all of these things. But from our earlier episodes, after we did the reorganization, I think that the most entertaining for me would have to be the one that we did with Ola. He's a former foreign student athlete of San Beda. We were talking about that, student athletes, the topic, because I do the scripts for each show. So we think about what are the topics that we're going to come up with, what are the different topics for each segment. But then again, I do the outlining of things, so that I try to moderate the entire thing as well as I can, so that we keep within time limit. But when we were talking about student athletes, he had a lot of insights. It was a lot of fun also shooting that thing. There were a lot of things that we had to cut out that were a lot of fun doing while we were recording. For me, those would have to have been it. But also having to have interviewed these PBA legends like Alvin Patrimonio, you've got Alvin Patrimonio, you have Alan Caidic, all of these guys that I thought I'd never meet. No, I haven't still met them, but at least then. But you get to talk to these people. Kumbaga, you can say that I've talked to an Alvin Patrimonio, who's like the iconic PBA player from my generation. And then I got to talk to Alan Caidic. Yeah, all of these guys. I get to talk to Glenn Capascio. All of these guys. You get to talk to these guys. All of them. In all, they were a lot of fun. I guess that the most fun so far has been the one with Tarek, because it's evident it's the longest episode that we've got. Because that's just how much fun it was to be talking about all of these different things with Tarek.
All right. X, how about you for the X prompts and the Storify That Shit?
My favorite Storify That Shit episode was the first episode of our second season, because it was the first time we turned it into a game, and it was a blind slides presentation game, and I was the first one to. Was I the first one? Yeah, I was the first one to. Yeah, I was the first one to deliver a presentation. No, so I had no idea what was coming. No, so and I think Greg was planning for it to be just light and fun, and easy. But I was panicking, so I put on my A game, pare. I switched to Professor X mode, and then I just started giving a short lecture on how to design stories for games, something like that, no?
And mo sa replay ni Day, sa kanya naman, his story is how he met you. And then he connected everything. I'm like, oh shit! Kapit mo ako, grabe. Then he got my coffee.
No, that was a fun episode, and I think we weren't really planning for it to be competitive. It just came out, and then it became like too serious, no? Parang, kala ko ba maglalaro lang tayo? Why are we suddenly taking things seriously? Why are we like competing? So, but that was fun, and it set the tone for the rest of the series. No, after that, the games became really, we took it seriously. But I got my ass whooped in what's this shot count shutdown? No, where you count the number of shots. You read the script of a movie, and then you guess the number of shots that the director took. No, and
okay. I thought it was alcohol.
Yeah. And I was supposed to win that game because I'm the filmmaker, no? But I lost terribly, like twice.
So did you ever do a Kubrick film? Like, so how many shots did this one take?
There was actually there was a Kubrick film. I think it was
how many times? 700.
I forget which. But I believe there was a Kubrick film and a Harry Potter film, and that was my favorite episode. Yeah, the first episode of season 2, Storify. So X prompt. It's hard to. I think it's the very first episode. Also, no. I guess why, because I did not plan for it to be a series. I just suddenly I invited 2 people. I think it was Deandra and was it you, Joel?
Jigs. Baka si Jigs.
Jigs, yeah. Deandra and Jigs. I invited Deandra and Jigs. And then there were 2 people, or like 3 or 4 people who submitted. So what we did in the first episode was I asked them to read, and then I asked them to read the script again so I was giving them directions. So basically, people were seeing how I directed actors. So I felt that was fun for me because we do variations of the same material, and we were playing with the scripts. No, we weren't able to do that with the succeeding episodes because there were too many submissions, and my goal was to read as many of the submissions as possible. So we couldn't play with some of the materials anymore. Now I'm in my second season. I have so many submissions, but I want to keep the show to within 30, 45 minutes. So I can only read like 3 scripts, and sayang naman yung ibang submissions. But I still give comments to all submissions, even if we don't read them. So yan.
See, that's why you're a teacher. That's why you're a teacher. You can't help it, right?
I can't help it. I just have to give comments, for improvement.
You must be educated. You must be educate.
We need to multiply. We need to produce more writers. That's why.
I actually like link my students to your show every now and then. I'm like, oh yeah, you might want to check this guy out.
Yeah, I do. I invite some of my students. Actually, I think a couple of my students have read scripts and have submitted scripts. So yeah.
I don't know, because it's ang saya lang, like watching them, watching that show. I do remember, it's like, God, X must be really bored, huh? Like when when that show first came out, I was like, this guy's really bored, isn't he? And then like,
I miss theater, man. I have to find something to do.
I'm curious. Have you ever had a really weird random episode where you decide, let's do random fan fiction and just do that? Let's do a fan fiction episode. Guys, read through this. Here's a script.
That's a great idea.
That's a great prompt.
That's
a good prompt.
Yeah, that's a good prompt.
You love these things. Yeah, we found you the worst fanfic ever. Let's do this one. Oh.
Wait, question. Have any of you guys written a fanfic, the very first one, and you still have it with you? Because I have lost mine. The first one I had was 2003 or 4.
I don't think I'm allowed to show that fanfic.
Oh, you mean
I invoke my right against self-incrimination.
Does it involve a fruit that starts with letter L, or does it has a slash fake?
It was a strange time in my youth where I discovered I can type things.
Well, actually, going back to what X was saying about missing the theater, the theater org at the school that I'm teaching, like, they were pretty much disbanded because of the because of the pandemic, right? Like, not really disbanded, but like
Zoom,
right? It was, but then they pretty much did something. Zoom? They actually did something like that, which was really cool, where they told a story about online class using the LMS as the stage,
right,
which was really cool.
Yeah, I'm actually writing a paper on that. The new format that theater kids are exploring right now. So it's not quite theater, not quite film. Also, it's like a mutant, a crossbreed of theater and film and video conferencing. It's everyone's doing it now. No, even some of the professional theater companies. I saw a couple of community-based theater companies. They invited me to give a talk on how to write scripts for the Zoom format. No? So it's fascinating, man, and it's a new thing. I'm in the first few months of the pandemic. These new playwrights are developing stories that are based in the Zoom format, the web, either webinar or video conferencing format, and so I tried to give them some structure on and tips on how to go about it and how to imagine it, but dumadami na sila masyado. So yung mga bago kong speaking engagements, I'm trying to push the students to break away from the video conferencing format and try to borrow some of the conventions of filmmaking and film language so that they can transcend the storytelling conventions. But really, it's fascinating. They're inventing their own language with this platform. No, it's cool. No, in fact, no, I'm directing a new play for this particular format. No, Theater Titas, the theater company of Chessy and Cheese, they're producing a series of plays this December, and they invited me to direct one. And it's a horror video conference. So it's
This could have been an email.
Nakakatawa rin an email, but no.
Yeah, that was kind of what the kids did. They tried to do like a horror thing, which seems to work very well for this particular format.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, because
a movie with that concept,
Unfriended.
it was like, yeah, there you go, that one.
Unfriended, that movie,
Yeah.
They were in a conference call, and then one by one, I think they were getting peeled off or something.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
man, they were the Zoom thing before Zoom thing was a thing.
Yeah.
They were ahead of their time.
Yeah. But theirs was like, I don't know what video conferencing thing they did.
I feel like Joao was always a skeleton. Are you even here? Is this thing up? Let's check. Your router's actually off.
Darkness falls across the land. The zooming hours close at hand. Glitzes crawl in search for blood to terrorize you.
And there's also like there's also a bit of a resurgence in audio in audio fiction.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like going back to the whole radio drama
Norm.
Yes.
Like a lot of people have been getting into that, and that's something that I thought would be pretty cool to explore as well, because I
want to do something now with Sima. Si Sima kasi he submits X-Prompt, and then when I read his last work, sabi ko, Sima, this works best as a I think it might work as a radio drama. No, we just shift. No, we will just need to kasi he has a lot of visual elements, filmic elements, and we need to transpose that into the radio format, because you need to sound design everything, and it will be fascinating, no? Kasi especially now I'm into podcasts, no? Hindi lang yung mga kwentuhan or lectures, but also some drama, no? Or spoken poetry, ganyan, no? It's gonna be fun to listen to and to create a lot of radio dramas. Huh?
Wait, radio, sir, have you listened to our friend? He has a series called Radio Norm.
Radio Norm? Huh.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's fun.
Poetry.
Before pandemic.
It's pretty much poetry. It's pretty much poetry.
Talaga? Sige.
Ganda.
May torrent kami sa season 1.
I mean, he can just find it on iTunes.
Naka-torrent na siya.
Radio Norm?
Yeah, it's on iTunes. It's not on Spotify though. I should put it up on Spotify.
Yeah, because Creative Commons BS.
Pero
You can also check it out on channel14.com.
All right.
We have some episodes here on our YouTube.
Although the thing that I've always wanted to do is something kind of like Night Vale.
What's a Night
Welcome
Vale?
to Night Vale. Which is, well, just listen to it. I was thinking X might be familiar, but
Hindi ko pa na-encounter.
All right.
Parang drama din siya. Like horror, ganyan.
It's it's like radio drama style.
Right.
You might like it as well.
Sige, night, what's that again?
Night Vale,
Night Vale.
Night as in gabi tapos VALE.
Right. Sige. I'll look for that.
Yeah. Wait,
Oh
what
my
time
God.
is it in Oh, dude,
Brazil?
Martin, work didn't call, huh? Work hasn't called yet.
No, but something else did, right, X? Don't worry, this is better than work. Oh,
That's good.
What is
So
this?
X, meron bang may Overmind Let's Plays ba siguro in the future pag mangyari yun?
Overmind Place.
Let's Plays like Among Us or like
Well, let's see. Ni-invite ko rin yung mga boys dito. They haven't played Among Us or Yeah, but we should.
We should.
That game is great, dude.
It's a fun game. I am so glad it finally got its popularity that it should have gotten a long time ago.
It took a pandemic.
Yeah, it took a pandemic, actually.
Oh my god, that feels so bad.
Oh wow, you've pressed the everything button.
There we go.
You have so many effects.
I love it,
I
dude.
know.
I love
like
it.
Mr. Krabs.
Wait, can these things like Mr. Krabs be used on your stream, Miko? Because I know the Pornhub sound is used.
Yeah. It's pretty much what I learned is the rules of doing live things versus recorded stuff. It's very different. Because I do have my things recorded, and you can actually cut the archives later if you miss my show. But if you watch it live, I can actually have certain music on. I can have lots of things going online. It's fine. But when it gets archived, of course, they go and you have to remove this, you have to remove this, you have to remove this, you have to remove this. That's fine. The whole idea of like my production is you're here to enjoy it live. But what I do to kind of circumvent that now is I do end up recording things on my own system, so I can actually cut that up and set it on YouTube. And as long as I don't monetize it, Jenny don't care. But that's probably the best route. I just won't monetize anything in YouTube. Yeah. I just kind of waiting for. I'm going to be putting up the things probably late December because some of my things get slapped by YouTube because of the titles. That's why I mentioned this like a few podcasts ago where I was updating my archive Twitch streams, and one of them was from Outlast, and it was the Whistleblower DLC.
And they thought it was
upload got slapped because of the name whistleblower in the title, because it was the election season, and it got slapped by saying this contains like fake news and like improper information. I'm like, it's a let's play. Who is coming here for factual information?
You never.
Isn't it a fictional game?
And I kind of reviewed my content. I watched other people's content. Like, this should be a non-issue. I can't stop. Wait, it's because of the term whistleblower, and those terms right now get flagged. So I'm like, okay, let's wait for everything to be finished. Then I'll re-upload stuff again. Because at this point, maybe it's being extra sensitive over anything you might say. Because even on the Twitch stream I do, there are things like I have kind of like, I can't say these jokes. I can't see these things. I just gotta go like avoid certain stuff and avoid certain topics. Heck, I have a censor button. I have a censor screen and a censor button just in case.
Oh, man.
So those things, you can use those because it's essentially... Memes are weird, is what I'm learning. Like, certain memes you can do, but if you try to make something a meme, then you might be hitting some weird issues. Like, it's not yet accepted as a meme, so people say that's not yet public domain, even though, look, the memes you're doing technically aren't, but it's just short snippets, like less than 10, 15 seconds. That's why it's technically okay. That's what I'm learning. That's why like, the Pornhub sound, which I think everyone kind of heard at one point in time, that's perfectly fine because it's like less than 5 seconds.
I don't know what the rule is, but, you know.
I know for audio certain things, they say you're allowed to have a snippet without paying for it because it's just a quote-unquote sample. Right. But if you do like a longer thing, it becomes problematic.
Yeah, because
less than 10 seconds,
streamer friends of mine gets muted when they play this certain song because they use the just chatting. And sometimes they just do a cover of a song or kinakaraoke.
Oh, God, yeah. I remember that. Lots of my friends get the same thing. Especially if it's archived, that will happen a lot. Yes. That's why for those things, you have to catch it live. Well, actually, I do have about, 100 plus songs right now, which I purchased, which are all stream safe. They'll never be DMCA'd. I just kind of have them as stock just in case. If I ever want to do music and things, at least I have a good selection of stuff that I have to pre-go through. I mean, even like when I start to stream things, I have music playing, I have other things playing. But yeah, the rules of live versus recorded, it's weird. And you kind of just have to figure it out. All I learned is you get a lot of leeway because it's live. It's just there's certain things that if you do this, will cut your stream very quickly. Like there are certain keywords that they'll listen. Like, you have said the naughty word. No. Which is the reason why my friends ask you from high school, hey man, how come we can't ever join you for stream? Like we can do this thing. Like, guys, I love you. I really do. You will cancel me in 60 seconds. I hear how you guys talk. I will introduce you in. Someone's going to say something, and the Twitch just goes down. Well, that's it. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed the ride.
So it's live versus pre-rec. It's better to go live. it's easier.
If you want to kind of do other things, yeah, because it's at that moment you're enjoying the experiential thing. That's why it's fine. Mm-hmm. But if it goes to the archive, yeah, they have to, of course, the whole copyright issue. If you have this thing, like for music, I learned is you just talk and keep talking over the content.
It's fine.
Yeah, sometimes they'll allow it, but it's like a weird rule because there's some games where I am talking over the music, but that section will be muted. Because apparently I didn't talk loud enough or something, so I'm not really sure. And there were some moments I'm like, this song played, so I had to go back to, you cut me for 3 seconds for this section that I couldn't even hear. Like, you could only tell because it's in the audio wave. Like, what kind of algorithm do you have running here?
It's pretty crazy. Like, I've seen a lot of, like, the YouTube vlog type people that I watch. Like, if there's copyright music that's playing in the background of their shot while they're on vacation doing their whatever it is, like their audio just starts cutting out because the algorithm was able to identify the song that was playing in the background as being copyrighted, and so mute, and then the dude starts talking and then it just mutes for in between the words. It's quite interesting. But you guys are on YouTube, not YouTube. You guys are on Facebook Live, right? So that really isn't much of an issue.
You're part of that scene. It's just an interesting scene that I don't fully understand, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like do you guys like run into issues like that?
But you had to handle that kind of a problem for the season ender of X Prompt or diba?
Yeah, yung
Eksena.
Yeah, I had this season break series na parang the best of season 1.
Highlight reel.
Yeah, but
no, not a highlight reel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, parang properly directed selection of scripts, no? Medyo annoying system of Facebook. But I think it's because really they wanna make sure that the material is yours, no? That they're protecting copyright, no? We had an episode na mute yung isang section because of a piece of music that we used. So. Pero so far, yung live naman namin, wala namang kasing ganong issues, no? So walang problema. So, I just need to be careful about copyright stuff. Para
Why? Original score.
Yeah.
I don't have that talent.
Sa Storify, that shit, we got flagged down. Because we had an episode, yung shot count shutdown, we had to show clips of actual films, no? So we can count the shots. So when we aired the scenes, Facebook found out, no? So we got
Facebook knows.
Yeah.
Facebook comes to the bat.
And this was live. This was live siya. So
live siya. So the show wasn't taken down, but the people who were watching couldn't comment anymore. And parang the audiences were cut to like 5, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Facebook demands some money. Hey, we see you doing some stuff. I need a cut. I'm actually curious though, in the Facebook Live, what is the bit rate you guys are allowed to do to upload for your live?
Sorry, come again?
What's your bit rate you're allowed to do? Like in Twitch, like we're kind of stuck at 3.5. You can technically go higher, but it doesn't actually help you. In
I never
Facebook, what is it? Oh, you never checked. Okay.
Just upload and then
Yeah. It looks fine. It looks fine.
Yeah.
As long as it looks good. Yo, Martin, we should probably use Facebook Live for like Bodega Nights recordings, man.
I don't think I wonder how I'm allowed to be there. I'm not sure. I have to check with my contract.
But I don't know. I enjoy Zoom because it's not live, and then you'll see me do Jobber Talk live, and it'll say "Son of a bitch," Jobber Talk.
I don't know.
Will it come back?
No.
Oh.
I might get a goat head first before it does.